If you're investing efforts and resources such as your time and money in creating SEO content that are not producing the desired result for your brand or for your business, I want you to pay attention to what I will be sharing with you in this video. Yes, in this video, you will learn the top SEO content writing mistakes that could be killing your website rankings on search engines like Google. And more importantly, you will discover how you can fix these mistakes by yourself and for your business. But before we jump into that, a quick introduction. My name is the Great Michael from SEO Content Guy, a channel dedicated towards creating compelling content that revolve around SEO, content writing, and content marketing. So if those subjects or topics are things you are interested in or you are passionate about, I want you to smash the subscribe button so that whenever I publish videos like this, you get to see them and consume them. The first SEO content writing mistake I see a lot of businesses and brands commit is ignoring search intent. You see a lot of businesses creating content that does not really satisfy any specific user intent, and doing that is like a cook spending tons of hours creating a particular meal that no one cares about, that no one wants to consume. You can imagine how frustrating such an experience can be for such a cook. Yes, and that is why you don't want to create content all for the sake of content creation. You want to understand the why behind every search that your users are making on the Google search bar. You want to know the intent behind the queries, the search, the phrases your prospects or your audience are imputing in the Google search bar. It is when you understand this that you'll be able to create content that resonates with them and yes, that satisfies these users' intent. So basically, when you talk about users' intent or search intent, you are referring to the why behind every query, behind every phrases, behind every term that your prospects or your target audience they impute on the Google search bar. Yes, it is when you understand this, you create content that satisfy your users' intent. Now, let me give you a practical example. Let's say you have a female friend who is going to be a bride in the next couple of months, let's say 2 to 3 months. Yes, will be a bride in the next 2 to 3 months, and she's considering what kind of dress will be perfect for our wedding day. Now, most likely, this your friend will be searching for dresses that will best fit our wedding day. To that end, she might go to Google and type in a phrase such as this: best lady dresses for wedding. Now, looking at that phrase, it is evident that your friend is trying to look for options. Is trying to look for options as regard the kind of dress she most likely will buy in the next 2 to 3 months when she will be having a wedding. But imagine a scenario whereby this your friend who is a soon to be bride go to Google and type in that phrase, best lady dresses for wedding. Unfortunately, she came across a blog that is telling her or describing how she can actually make the best lady dresses for wedding. You can see that such a content doesn't match with the intent why she typed in that phrase in the Google search bar in the first place. Yes, she doesn't want to make dresses. Of course, she's looking for dresses, lady dresses for wedding. You can see that her search intent is commercial. Yes, she's trying to look for option. So such a blog that is providing a technical guide on how she can make a dress doesn't match or tally with her expectation or her search intents. Yes, and that is why you want to carefully analyze the search intent of your users before you start creating content. Now, taking the case or the example of your female friend who is a soon to be bride. Now, to address that particular query, to satisfy the intent of your friend who has typed in best lady dresses for wedding in the Google search bar, it's best to create a comparison article, or better still, a review of lady dresses for wedding. Creating such kind of content would best address the search intent of your friend who is a soon to be bride. Likewise, when you want to create content for your audience or your prospects. You need to understand the intents behind their searches. You need to know what they are trying to look for. Are they looking for information? Are they trying to look for options that will help them to make a buying decision? Or are they actually at the stage whereby they are trying to buy? Are the searches they are making, are they transactional? Yes, all of these are things you want to understand before you start creating content. The second SEO content writing mistake I see a lot of brands and businesses commit is keyword stuffing. Yes, keyword stuffing is one of the common SEO mistakes that a lot of businesses they commit when it comes to SEO content writing. Essentially, keyword stuffing is trying to cram as many keywords as possible into your content and hoping that search engines like Google would love your content and then rank your content higher on Google. But that is not it. Google does not want that. Google don't want you to cram keywords. Google don't want you to stuff keywords in your content. In short, Google does not want you to sacrifice readability and user experience for anything as far as SEO content writing is concerned. They want you to give your users the best of experience even as you optimize your content for readability, not trying to stuff in keywords, because stuffing keywords will distort the flow of your content and it will make your SEO content to suck. The worst of it all is that it can kill your ranking potential on search engines like Google, and you don't want that. Now, let me give you a practical example. Imagine you come across a sentence like this online. You can see how awful this particular sentence look like. Let me read it out. If you are looking for the best SEO services, our SEO services are the best SEO services because we offer top SEO services. Now you can see how this sentence sounds so unnatural. The truth of the matter is that even AI tools such as ChatGPT and others can write something way better than this. You can see how this phrase, best SEO services, is being forced into this particular sentence. That is not something you want to do. Let's assume that you came across this particular sentence on the service page of an SEO agency or SEO company who claim to be providing SEO services to businesses. Chances are that you wouldn't want to hire such an SEO company to handle your SEO or to help you take charge of your search engine optimization for your website or for your business, because they're already practicing something that is off, something that is not right. The truth is that you can't give what you don't have. So if such a company is claiming that they provide the best SEO services and they are practicing something that is not right, something that does not move the needle, that is keyword stuffing, it shows that yes, they don't know what they are doing. All right, but if the company, this SEO company, decide to revise that particular sentence into this won't become natural. Okay, let me read it out. If you are looking for the best SEO services, our digital marketing solutions are what you need because we offer top online visibility strategies. You can see, if you look at this sentence critically, this particular sentence, you observe a few things. Now, you can see that keywords are being used in this sentence naturally. And also, instead of focusing on this particular keyword, SEO services, you can see how other related keywords have been used in this particular sentence. Keywords like digital marketing solution and online visibility strategy. You can see how these keywords have been used as synonyms in this particular sentence. Now, if you have to score this particular sentence and this one, you will discover that this one sound more natural. Likewise, if you are working on your SEO content, either articles or blog posts, and even your web pages for your brand or for your business, you want to ensure that you are not trying to stuff keywords in your content, because doing that will not take you anywhere. Rather, it's going to kill your search engine optimization and campaign. The third SEO content writing mistake I see a lot of brands and businesses commit is neglecting readability. Yes, this SEO content writing mistake is kind of related to the one I just talked about. That is the previous one, which is keyword stuffing. Yes, and that is because keyword stuffing adversely impacts or affects the readability of your content. Now, beyond keyword stuffing, there are other things that reflect or shows that your content is not optimized for readability. Now, some of those things include the usage of long paragraphs, complex sentences, and not using appropriate formatting in your content. Now, you would ask, how do you fix some of these errors, or how do you optimize your content for readability? Interestingly, it is not as hard as you may think. All you just need to do is to do the reverse of your errors, to do the reverse of your mistake. Take, for example, the use of long paragraphs. You simply need to reverse that. And to reverse that, you simply make your paragraphs short and concise. Yes, your paragraphs should comprise of 2 to 3 sentences. That makes your paragraph very short and concise. And talking about complex sentences in your content, you simply reverse that by making your content easy to understand. You make your sentences short and easy to understand. Now, you want to remove every jargons in your content. You want to remove every complex words in your sentences. Words in your sentences that will cause your readers or prospects to begin to consult encyclopedia or the best of dictionaries in the world before they are able to grasp the message of your sentences. You want to remove those words. You want to break them down. You want to simplify such words so that your users will be able to read and grasp the meaning of every sentence in your content. Doing that will help you make your content more readable. And when your content is readable, users tend to stay longer on your website because they tend to enjoy your content. One more thing, to optimize your content for readability, you can take advantage of tools like Grammarly. You can take advantage of tools like ME Editor. These are tools that can help you optimize your content for readability. The fourth SEO content writing mistake I see a lot of brands and businesses commit is skipping meta description. Yes, each time I carry out SEO on page content audit for brands and businesses, I discover that most of them ignore or don't even bother to include meta description in their web pages and even blog posts. But that shouldn't be, because doing that is like wasting an opportunity to convince your prospect or your target audience to click on your web page on the search engine result page. Now, what are meta description? Basically, meta description is like a brief summary of your web page or your blog post. So it is essentially a summary of either your blog post or your web page. And to craft a compelling meta description, you need to include relevant keywords in your meta description, and also it is best to keep it under 160 character. The whole idea is for you to create a compelling meta description, because meta description alongside your title increase your click-through rates on the search engine result page. It increases your click-through rate to your website. And yes, you want to stop skipping or neglecting meta description in your content. The fifth SEO content writing mistake I see a lot of businesses and brands make is not using internal links. Yes, when you don't use internal links in your content, you are actually missing out. You are missing out on the opportunity to retain users or your prospects on your website or web pages. Also, you're also missing out on the opportunity to send positive signals to search engines like Google as regard the interconnection of your web pages when it comes to topical authority and topical relevance. And that is why you want to use internal links in your content. Now, let me give you a practical example. Let's say, for example, I run a business that provides SEO service to business owners. And let's say currently I'm working on a particular blog post or article that provides SEO tips for beginners. Let's say the title of this particular blog post is SEO tips for beginners. Now, suppose I already have two published articles on the following topics, such as how to conduct keyword research and the other on the importance of backlinks. Now, in this current article or blog post that I'm working on, which is titled SEO tips for beginners, I can link these other articles by using internal links in the current article that I'm working on. Doing this will improve the engagement on my website, and also it will send a very positive signal to search engines like Google as far as topical authority and topical relevance is concerned. Yes, that is because Google will be able to know how connected my web pages are. Likewise, when you are creating SEO content for your business or for your brand, it's expedient to use internal links for your blog post so that you'll be able to link your web pages. And when you do that, you pass SEO advantage from one page to another. And that is what most people call SEO juice. Yes, you transfer SEO juice from one web page to another. And doing that helps to build the topical authority and relevance of your website as regard a particular keyword or topic. The sixth SEO content writing mistake most brands and businesses make is ignoring mobile optimization. Yes, not optimizing your website for mobile would amount to reaping your website some SEO advantage and privileges. According to Google's mobile first indexing, Google place priority on the mobile version of your website over the desktop version when it comes to indexing and ranking your website. That is why you want to optimize your website for mobile. Beyond that, according to statistics, 50% of web traffic come from mobile device. Now you can see that is to tell you that yes, you need to optimize your website for mobile. So as a business or as a brand, it is expedient that yes, you optimize your website for mobile. Now, here are some indications that your website is not optimized for mobile: abnormal text size, slow loading speed, and unclickable buttons. Now, talking about abnormal text size, to optimize your website for mobile, you want to look at the typography, that is the font of your website. You want to optimize the font of your website to ensure that your font for mobile is not too large, neither is it too small. You want to maintain a considerable size for your fonts. Yes, you want to use a very good font style and size for your brand when it comes to optimizing your website for mobile. Also, as regard the load time of your website, if your site load time is slow, you might need to involve your web developer to minify some of the code on your website or to compress some of the images on your website. It is when the file on your website is so large that your website tends to become slow. The larger the file on your website, the lower your site loading speed. So all of these are things you want to take into perspective when you are trying to optimize your website for mobile. Now, talking about unclickable buttons. Buttons are meant to be clicked. But when your users or your prospects can't click a button, it becomes an issue and it doesn't give your users the best of experience. In such a case, you would also need your web developer to fix this issue to make the buttons on your website clickable. Yes, that is how you can optimize your website for mobile. If your website is mobile friendly, users tend to have the best of experience when they are trying to navigate your website or when they are surfing the web pages of your website. The seventh SEO content writing mistake a lot of brands and businesses make is not updating their content. It's interesting how most businesses and brands tend to create more new content than they would update their old content. You see them create new content when they can actually update their existing content. If you don't update your existing content, you eventually make them to go stale. you eventually make them to become outdated. You eventually make them to become irrelevant. And that is what you don't want. You want your content to be updated, to be fresh. You want to keep them fresh and also keep them relevant to your audience. Now, let me give you a practical example. Let's say, for example, in 2024, I published a particular blog post that highlighted the top SEO trends in 2024. Now, that was in 2024, but we are in March 2025. What do you think I need to do to such blog post? Of course, I need to update that particular blog post, because if a user or a prospect land on that particular blog post on my website, most likely he or she would, oh my, what is this? This is an outdated content. How relevant will this blog post be to me? Yes, and that is why you want to update your content. Now, if I'm to update such a blog post or article, the first thing I would tweak is the title, because the title itself has gone obsolete. It has become irrelevant because we are no longer in 2024. So I would tweak that title to make it relevant for 2025 and beyond. I can say top SEO trends in 2025 and beyond, or better still, I can just leave it at top SEO trends in 2025. Yes, that way when prospects or users they come across such con ten t, be it on the search engine result page, they would want to click on it and read, because the title itself is relevant and it doesn't sound obsolete like the previous one. That is why you want to update con ten t on your website. Now, to update con ten t on your website, you need to understand this. SEO, like many think that yes, it is a one-off task. No, SEO is an ongoing process. It is an ongoing process. After you have done your keyword research, you have created con ten t, you have published con ten t, of course, you need to evaluate the performance of your con ten t, and also you need to update where necessary. Now, beyond updating the title of your web pages, there are other critical areas in your con ten t that you can update. You can review the con ten t in your blog post. Are they still relevant? The statistics you added in time past, let's say 6 months ago, a year ago, are they still relevant, or have they gone obsolete? In the case where they've gone obsolete, in that case you would have to add fresh statistics, because Google loves fresh information, just as your audience they love what is fresh. They love fresh information that are also what relevant. All right, other things that you would want to update are the images on your web pages. Yes, you also want to update the images on your web page. So you need to update the content on your website, because when you update the content on your website, you give your blog posts and even your web pages the chance to rank more and better on search engine results page. All right, those are the 7 top SEO content writing mistake that could be stealing or killing your website or business ranking on search engines like Google. Now that you know this SEO content writing mistake, I would like to know the one that you've been committing before now, and how you intend to fix those mistakes on your website based on the information you've gotten from this video. That being said, if you like videos like this, I would like you to smash the subscribe button and hit the notification bell, so that whenever I publish videos like this, you get to see them and consume them. See you on the next one.